Good evening. My name is Matthew Ogden, and it is my great honor to welcome all of you here to this event tonight as we gather to mark a very solemn occasion, the death of our President, John Fitzgerald Kennedy, 50 years ago today. Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart's Requiem Mass was performed as part of a liturgy in memoriam of President Kennedy following his death for his wife and family at Boston's Cathedral of the Holy Cross. Tonight, you will hear members of the Schiller Institute Chorus, joined by an orchestra and soloists specially assembled for the occasion, under the direction of our conductor, John Segerson. I would like to thank especially Nancy Novelli, Director of Music here at St. Mark's, Father Patrick Holroyd, and the entire congregation for the opportunity to hold this special event. Mozart himself died before having the chance to complete this work, his final composition, much in the same way that Kennedy's life was cut short, brought to a sudden and early end before he could complete his work. His work still remains unfulfilled. And it is for this reason that we have decided to honor him tonight with a piece that is altogether fitting, a piece that not only promises that justice shall ultimately prevail, that all that lies hidden shall eventually be revealed, and that no guilty act shall go unpunished, but also that although we must die, life does not end, that mortality is a condition merely of the flesh, not of our spirit. As President Kennedy said, a man may die, nations may rise and fall, but an idea lives on. Ideas have endurance without death. The resurrection of Kennedy's spirit today is the responsibility of us, the living. The purpose of our concert here tonight is to recommit ourselves to the principles of his presidency, to peace, to progress, and to the imagination of a future that we may give to our posterity, for our nation and for the entire world. We have received some greetings tonight for our concert from around the world. And before introducing our two special guests tonight, who will be giving some opening remarks, I would like to share with you two of these greetings, which I think President Kennedy would have appreciated very much. The first comes from Msgr. Raymond Murray, who is the rector of the Cardinal O'Fee Memorial Library in Armagh, the ecclesiastical seat of Ireland. And as I'm sure you well know, Kennedy was a proud Irish Catholic whose family had roots stretching back centuries through Irish history. His great-grandfather was forced to emigrate in 1848 to escape the Great Famine. He came to Boston, and just over a century later, his great-grandson was elected President of the United States. As president, John Kennedy traveled back to visit his ancestral homeland in County Wexford, just south of Dublin, and the Irish people remain immensely proud of him today. So Msgr. Murray's greetings are as follows. He says, "It is not just that the shot that rang out and killed John F. Kennedy re-echoes now in the sadness of history, or that those of us alive at that time recall the shocking moment when we heard of his death. His smile of friendship, his eloquence, his earnest plea to each of us to ask ourselves what we can do for our country remain forever. In our global world of increasing fraternity, our calling is to answer his message of kinship. His speech at Wexford spelled out that he is one of the great Irish family. His speech in Berlin emphasized his identity with the rich inheritance of that great city. That is symbolic of humanity's close relationship. Msgr. Murray continues, John Fitzgerald Kennedy. Fitzgerald recalls for us Edward Fitzgerald, courageous United Irishman inspired by the American Revolution. John would have been proud of that. And Kennedy. Kennedy is a name that derives from the nephew of Brian Boru, the King of Ireland, in 941 AD. And we Irish are proud that John F. Kennedy, a man of such Gaelic Irish ancestry, came to hold the office of President of the United States. Let us continually repossess his message of fraternal love and peace. Msgr. Raymond Murray, Armagh, Ireland. And our second brief but very important greeting that I wish to read comes from Michael D. Higgins, the President of the Republic of Ireland, which reads as follows. Michael D. Higgins, President of the Republic of Ireland, extends his best wishes for the commemoration concert for the beloved, departed Son of Ireland, United States President John Fitzgerald Kennedy.